Good morning, Stampers. Welcome to another Friday Facebook Live. Today we are going to craft with the From My Heart suite from the Stampin' Up! Catalog, or mini catalog, and we are going to make a little love-themed banner. I have a little area in my studio that is kind of decorated for Valentine's Day, and I have just these felt balls as a garland, but they're not really Valentine's, they're more springy kind of colors or Eastery colors, so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna make a banner to go there instead. So I have kind of an idea in my head, but I haven't pre-done anything, so we're just gonna wing it today. Good morning, Mary Liz. Okay, so I've pulled out the From My Heart DSP, some red glimmer paper, and then some coordinating cardstock, and then I love either Bermuda Bay or Coastal Cabana with the color red. So I also pulled out some of that because I might incorporate some of that in there. Hey, Kathy. So that's what I've pulled out as far as papers and cardstock. And then, of course, I pulled out those ink colors as well. I pulled out the heart-shaped doilies from that collection, the faceted gems from that. It's always nice when everything coordinates. The red ribbon from that same collection. I pulled out the heart epoxy droplets from the annual catalog. I also pulled out these glitter enamel dots from the annual catalog because there's Coastal Cabana in there. So I knew that if I did put some Coastal Cabana cardstock in there, I would want to add some touches of some embellishments, and that was, I think, the only thing that I had. And then I pulled out Real Red and Flirty Flamingo Stampin' Blends. And then I need something to drape the banner. So this happened to be the white baker's twine that came in this month's Paper Pumpkin kit. So I'm gonna use that. And then, good morning, Amy. I also went through some of my bits and bobs. So I had this done. So I might use that. I found a little heart-shaped paper clip. I had this vellum piece punched out, and I pulled that out, and I had some of these left over from a project that I did. So I kind of pulled all those out as well. And then I went ahead and pre-cut a couple things. Oh, I also have all of these hearts that I pulled out. Some of the colors will work, and some of them are more peachy, so I don't know that I'll use those. I want to do my banner on this little tag shape. So this tag, I've used the heck out of this already, is this little tag. It's stitched. If you look closely, you see the stitching around the edges. You know me and my stitching. So this is from the Bonanza dies in the mini catalog. So I went ahead and I pre-cut some of those. I will likely need to cut a few more. And then I pulled out, of course, the stamp set and the coordinating punches. And I pulled this out, the lined alphabet, because I want to do a word. And then I also pulled this out because this greeting, it says, just a little reminder that you are loved. I love that greeting, and I think I want to incorporate it on my banner. So those are the supplies that I kind of pulled out. But after the video is over, I will list all of those supplies, well, anything that I end up using, in the description of the video, okay? Good morning, Christine. Okay, so I think what I want to do is, I don't want the banner to be too long, so I think I want to do the word love, and then have a couple extra little banner things on either side. So I really like this. So I think I'm gonna cut another tag from that, because I think that would be cute. Where's my paper piercer here? Okay, so I'm gonna cut that out because then I have those subtle little Calypso Coral heart, or not Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana hearts, and that will introduce that Coastal Cabana color. So I'm gonna slide these out of the way, bring in my Big Shot. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Kristen. So today I'm making a Valentine themed banner for this little area in my studio that I have decorated for Valentine's Day. Good morning, Alice. So, and the base of my banner is going to be done using the tag shape from the Bonanza dies. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Okay, so I need, let's see. Maybe like that. L-O-V-E, L-O-V-E. That might work. Okay, so I'm gonna set those there. The other thing I wanted to do was, I like these hearts and I kind of want to make it, one thing I do love about this idea is that I can make it as dimensional as I want it. So, good morning, Christina. What is the banner die from? The banner die is from the Bonanza dies that are from the mini catalog. Okay, so I'm just gonna give this a snip here. Actually, let's cut it straight in case I want to use the rest. Grab my paper cutter. So over the Christmas holidays, I kind of did a little revamp of my studio. And I had this one area that was right in the main crafting area. And it was like a buffet that my parents had brought back from Europe, and they didn't have room for it. So they gave it to us years and years and years ago, and it's beautiful. It's like solid wood and it's great storage. It's really, really pretty. So I used to have my upcoming classes on that buffet, but I moved it into a separate little area, and I have a different way of advertising my classes now. So that freed up that little buffet. So I kind of have a little, is it called a vignette? Is that what it's called? Where you kind of have a little area where you can create pretty little displays. I'm not sure if I'm using that word right. But anyways, so the top of it, my plan is to, for each occasion, or holiday or season, I will decorate it, make it all pretty. So I felt like it needed a banner. So that's why today I am creating a love-themed banner. And I'll post a picture of it afterwards. Okay, so I used the scalloped heart punch, and it coordinates perfectly with those little hearts. Oh, that would be cool on the bottom of a scrapbook page. You could back that with different things, different colored cardstock. That might be kind of cool. Oh, even that way would look nice. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I am going to fold these in half and use my bone folder, make it nice and crisp. Let's make sure it lines up here. Because it's perfectly symmetrical, you can fold these in half and then you can layer them to create a beautiful little 3D heart. So I'm gonna do 3 of them, and I think I'll do 2 reds and then 1 pink. Good morning, Elaine. Okay, so yeah, I think that'll be pretty. But I want to do it on the end, and I don't know that I want it on red. I think it would look better on white, unless I take a doily and I do it like that. Oh, I like that. Okay, so we'll do it that way. Okay, so now I've punched out 3 hearts from the DSP. Now I'm going to just add a little bit of adhesive. And then I'll line this up with this one. By using Tombow, it allows me to kind of move it into the position so that I can line them up perfectly. And then I'll do the same thing with this one. Just like that. So now I have this really pretty 3D heart. And I think I'm just gonna do it like that, but I'm not gonna commit to anything yet. I'm gonna work on these and see. Okay, so I've got 2 of those left. I could repeat that same thing on this side, which I might end up doing. Okay, we'll just put those there for now. Okay, so now I want to do the word love. So I've got, okay, let me think here. I've got these red hearts. Do I want to do more hearts in here, or do I want to change up the shape? Would that be too much hearts? Because there's hearts on every piece of patterned paper as well. So I could do circles, because I'm thinking I am going to stamp the letters, and I'm just going to do the word love because I don't want it to be too long. I gotta grab a block here. And my memento. I'm gonna stamp this kind of in the middle so that I can punch it out. I gotta decide what I'm gonna do here. Okay, and then I think I'm gonna use a combination of Flirty Flamingo and Real Red blends to color it in. I'm gonna see what it looks like. So I'm gonna start with light Flirty Flamingo. And just add a little bit. And then I'm gonna go to dark. And I'll go back and just blend a little bit with the light. And then I'm going to do light Real Red. This might be too much of a contrast, I'm not sure. Oh no, it might work. And then I'll go back with the dark Flirty Flamingo and blend. And then I'll do a little bit of dark Real Red. And then I'll blend, doesn't need a ton of blending there. Okay, and then just to smooth out the whole thing, I'm just going to go over it all with the, and then look at that. Doesn't that look pretty? I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna do that for all the letters, but I need to, let's see. What if we did, okay, let's see. What if I did a red heart, and then let me see if I have a punched circle so I can see what it looks like. I'm gonna grab my 1 3/4 inch circle. I could do that. Or let's try, let me grab a scrap of white, and I'm gonna punch out the regular heart and see. I wanna decide before I punch out my shape. I don't want to cut my letter or color my letter again. I think I like the hearts, because I can always embellish behind and on top. It leaves me a little bit more room. So, I mean, maybe not for this one because I'm using red, but when I use, where did my glaze go? If I use these, actually this one might need to be white. And then if I did Flirty Flamingo and then red. Oh, I tell you, you could fuss with these things forever. Okay. So if I did that, I'm not sure I like that one, but I could add some red kind of in like that, and then I could put the heart on top. I think, yeah, I think the heart definitely gives me more options for decorating. It's just a little bit bigger. Okay. So let's slide that out over, and we will take this. And so I'm just going to punch out. I could fussy cut these letters out and pop them up using dimensionals, but I'm not fussy cutting on a Facebook Live. Okay, this one I can use. Punch me some more hearts here. Oh, and I need one more. Okay, so let's give this a clean and we'll stamp our other letters. Okay, look at this. Does anybody else's alphabet sets look like this? I'm too lazy. I need to actually clean them because the backs aren't sticky anymore because I use them so much. So I need to clean them so they stick back on the sheet. Okay, let's move that out of the way, grab my black. And we need an O and a V. Here's my O. So what does everybody have planned for the weekend? Anything fun? I'm so glad that the weather's supposed to be nice. And my V. Here it is. Out of the way so I don't make a mess of it. And we'll attempt to close this without losing any of these letters. I really need to clean those. Okay. So this is gonna go here. Yeah, I don't like that. Now I'm thinking I might have to change this one. Or what if I did this? Change this one to here. No, that's too many light pieces. This definitely needs red on it, but I don't want two pinks in a row. And this one definitely needs red on it. Or maybe it doesn't. Let's see. Oh no, I could do. But that one needs pink. No, that's, what am I doing here? I'm confusing myself. This one, I want red. This one I want pink. This one needs to be red. So unless I do this. That works. Okay, I can do that. All right. Oh, let's spell the word love right. Okay, so we got that. So let's quickly color these. Okay. Oh, you got a crafty date tonight? Kristen, that's awesome. and brunch on, oh, you got a busy weekend. Oh, Amy's crafting Saturday and working on Sunday. Nice. I've got a crop day tomorrow, so I will have a few people over crafting with me tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. I've got a crop day where I'm doing a love themed, so love themed crop. It's gonna be fun. Get to feed them some yummy supper and spoil them throughout the day, so I'm looking forward to that. So I'll be crafting and doing a little bit of cooking tomorrow. No real plans for Sunday yet. Okay, this takes a bit of time here, so I apologize, just bear with me. Because I didn't have this planned, I couldn't pre-do it. And it's not really something that I could turn around and do afterwards. Oops, because I want to finish it so you guys can see the final thing. Let's see, Kim says Ethan has a piano exam tomorrow, and then she's working at her daughter's dance studio. Build the set for Beauty and the Beast. Ooh, that's awesome. How old are your kids, Kim? Okay, and then doing some light red. I love this ombre look. It looks so pretty. And really, this isn't a very difficult project because all the doilies and everything, they're all done for you. Like, really, it's just piecing things together, finding the right look that you want to achieve, right? So it's not difficult at all. 15 and 12. Oh, so what level of a piano exam is he writing? Okay, so I'm just going back and blending with the dark Flirty Flamingo. And then I'll just color the rest with the dark Real Red. Oh, I love the way this looks. Ombre is just so pretty. I wasn't sure how well it would work with the Flirty Flamingo and the red, but I thought that it would be a little bit too different. Just a little bit too much contrast, but it worked out real well. Okay, so I'm taking the light red and I'm going to blend just that little bit. And then I'm going to go over the whole thing again with the light Flirty Flamingo and just soften it all. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, so I think for this one, I want to add some red in there. A little bit more red. So we'll cut this. And this is going to go in here. And then I think I might do it for this one as well. Thank you, Kathy. Hello, Kevin. So Kevin, we are making a Valentine, a love-themed banner. Okay, so I need to punch me another one of these hearts. So I hope I have another scrap. What's I just need one more of those hearts. Let's hope that I don't have a ton of this left. Okay, perfect. So I want this flirty flamingo one, because that one I did 2 reds and a flirty flamingo. This one I'm going to do 2 flirty flamingos and a red. And need the scallop heart. Don't you just love that Stampin' Up! Comes with all this product that coordinates like this? Okay. So we've got that. So for those of you who missed it, I'm doing a 3D heart. So I've got 3 of exactly the same punched shapes, and I'm folding them in half, using my bone folder to make it nice and crisp. And I'm going to do that for all 3 of them. Okay, and then I'll use my Tombow to pick them up. Or pick them up, to piece them together. Let's see here. Would the pads on the ombre ink, your own stamp pad, be close enough to stamp these letters? Yes, you can push them together so that you could stamp the letters. The only thing is, because these are outline letters, you'd only get the outline stamped in ombre. You wouldn't get the inside part stamped in ombre. So if you wanted a look similar to this, you'd still have to color them in. You'd still get that ombre look on the outline. It's just that the outline is, oh, almost did that wrong, isn't as bold. So it wouldn't be quite as noticeable if you didn't color it in. Okay, so then I'm piecing them together, and by using the multi-purpose glue, it allows me to wiggle it so that I can make sure that it's lined up perfectly. And then on this side, I'll put the other pink one. So because I did incorporate this Coastal Cabana cardstock or color here, I am definitely going to have to include some Coastal Cabana. So let me think here. Just looking at my ribbons. I have this one. This isn't, I don't think this is Coastal Cabana though. I think it's Bermuda Bay, but it's close enough. It's still that same shade, just a darker color. Let's see what that looks like. Could do just like a little bit. No, I don't like that. Okay. All right. I'll set that aside. Okay, so these 2 I know that I really like, so I'm going to stick these down and I'm going to commit to those. It's going to go right in the middle. And then this is going to go on top, so I'll add adhesive to both sides. Stick that in the center. Oh, it looks so pretty, especially this one with all the foil. It's very sparkly. Okay, what if I added, to bring in the turquoise color, or the Coastal Cabana, I could add some of these. Okay, this is really weird. Can you hear that? I love that sound. There is something about that sound that just, oh my gosh, I love that sound. This one isn't as, there's some that are really, really noisy like that when you work with them, and I just, oh, I don't know. There's something about that sound that I just adore. Okay, yeah, so I think I'm gonna add some little sequins or glitter dots. So let's see, let's do one here, and we'll do a little one Wish they were just a bit smaller. Let's move this one over. And then another little one up here. Okay, that'll bring in some of that Coastal Cabana color. And then let's do this one. Right here. You know what, Amy? I pulled out some baker's twine. I wasn't really thinking actually, because I pulled out my 1/8 inch circle punch thinking that I would punch holes and feed the ribbon through, but it's got a hole at the top. So I'm not sure how well, I'm gonna have to play around with that. I'm not sure how well, if I feed this through and then back through this one, how well it will hold in place. So I'll try that, see how that works. If not, then that might be what I use to, I might use a thicker ribbon. So maybe this red ribbon, I might use that and then feed these through and then tie them onto that red ribbon. So I'm not 100% sure yet. I didn't thoroughly think that through because I forgot about the hole at the top. So yeah, I'll have to play around with that. Okay, so I'm going to mimic the dots here. Let's put it right over top of this heart. There we go. I love these glitter dots. They're so pretty. Okay, so we've got that. Okay, and then this one, let's see, what else do we have here? Let's go ahead and stick that on there. Got some fast fuse here. Stick that on there, and then we'll use dimensionals to stick this heart on over top. That's going to be so pretty. Yeah, the Coastal Cabana ribbon might work. I wish it was, well, it's Bermuda Bay, not Coastal Cabana. I wish it was solid though. I don't know. I just find that the stripes are a little bit busy. So I could maybe use the white, oh, what is it called? Crinkled seam binding. That would be pretty. Maybe that's what I'll do. Okay, so we can do that. Do I want to pop that up again or no, I'll do it flat. That's so pretty. Okay, let's do this one. Stick that right on there, and then some dimensionals. Alice says, oh, white ribbon and color it. Yeah, I could do that, Amy. You could take a shorter piece of ribbon, fold it in half and slip it through the hole. Take your ends and thread them through. Oh, it doesn't let me see the rest of your comment. So thread the ribbon through here. I could use a clip, like a clothespin or whatever, and clip it onto the ribbon as well. If I use a more substantial ribbon rather than a baker's twine, I could definitely do that. Okay, so we'll put this on here, like that. that, and then this one down. Okay, I have these, you know what I'm gonna try? I'm going to try these little epoxy hearts. I'm going to try coloring them with my blends and see what color it turns out like. So I've got the light coastal or light Bermuda Bay, and let's just color one and see. Oh, I might have to use dark. Oh, maybe not. Let's do one in light and one in dark and see what it looks like. No, that's way too, oh no, it might be okay. I was gonna say that's way too Bermuda Bay, but it might not be. Yeah, that's close enough. It's quite close. Let's see, let's put it next to the cardstock and see. The light is almost too light, so I think it needs to be the dark. Okay, so I'm gonna color this one. Love that we can customize our embellishments. Okay, so I could put that, do that on there, or we can add some Coastal Cabana to these ones. Put it in the center of the heart. Oh, decisions, decisions. What else did I pull out here? I pulled out these faceted gems as well. These would be more of a subtle kind of embellishment. So I think maybe if I did these on, I don't have too many red ones left. I did a swap and I used the red ones. If I use the Flirty Flamingo ones on this, okay, if I did something like that, does anybody else struggle with where to position your sequins or your little embellishments? So I could do that on that one, and then maybe on this one, I use the white ones on this one. The white ones almost have, when you put them on white, they almost have a little bit of a yellow hue to them. Let's see, do I have a tiny, tiny white one? Okay, so I could do that, and then on these ones, I could bring in the Coastal Cabana. I could also, let me try something else here. Grab my paper cutter. I would use my mini one, except it's in the other room. Just gonna cut a couple half-inch strips here. I just feel like it needs just a little bit more Coastal Cabana, and the dots and the hearts, I mean, I can add those, and I likely will, but it's just not quite enough. Okay, so I just flagged the end of that. And I'm gonna do the same to this one. And if I kind of tucked them under here like that. Yeah, I think that's a nice touch. That brings in a little bit more, makes it more obvious that the Coastal Cabana is meant to look like that. Oh, a Coastal Cabana arrow! Yes, that's what it needs, Mary Liz, you're right. Oh, and I have this greeting too. Okay, all right, we're good. We got lots more things that we can do. Okay, so I'm gonna use this little arrow, grab a white. Thank you, I forgot about the arrow. The arrow doesn't look very straight. Okay, where's my ink pad here? Am I still on camera? Oh yeah, I'm still on screen, okay. Okay. Well, I said I wasn't gonna fussy cut on camera, but now I need now I need to fussy cut. Okay. Isn't it great to craft with other people so that you can get ideas? Okay. Oh, Kevin suggested, I just saw your suggestion, Kevin. Stamp it with black on Coastal Cabana cardstock. I could do that for the greeting. Let's see, I'm thinking this will go under the V. I wish I hadn't stuck my E down. All right. That probably wasn't too fun to watch. Okay, do I want to do it going this way or do I want to do it going this way? Let's slide these guys off for now. Actually, I think I want to do, tuck these under my E. Oh, that might be too much. Well, let's see. Okay, and I put this under the O. And then I do the words. Let's see. And I might not end up using the words. The words might be too much, but we'll give it a shot here. Look at that. That might fit perfectly on there. Oh yeah, I could, you're right, Mary Liz, I could just trim it in half and then tuck it underneath and that would work. Amy says you could punch hearts with the dog punch and add the epoxy hearts. I don't have the dog punch. I do have another smaller punch that's retired that, yeah, I could definitely add. That would bring in some more of that Coastal Cabana. I apologize if my head's in the way. Okay, look at that's funny that that worked out just so perfectly on there. So that could go. I feel like the arrow should point at that. Can't really put it across because then it covers up too much of the V. So if I put it underneath, let me grab that smaller heart. It's a little bit of a different shape. So what do you think? Does it need anything else? I don't know that I like the epoxy hearts on this, or dots, the glitter dots on that one, but not on this one. I think it's because it's already so shiny. I like that. I think it looks good. Okay, I'm going to commit. Okay, so what needs to be stuck on? So this guy, let's pop this guy up with a dimensional. Just like that. And then these little epoxy, or these little faceted gems need to be stuck down. I need my take your pick tool here. Okay, little daub. I got a big gob of the stuff on here coming out here. Let's get rid of that. Okay. There we go. So that's one done. And then this guy, we can do... This guy's gonna go on flat. And then I'll use dimensionals for the white heart. You're welcome, Amy. I love this alphabet. I use this alphabet a lot. I actually didn't get the dies that go with it because they don't just cut out the letters. They do something fancy, and which is nice, but I knew I wouldn't use the dies as much. But I love the letters because you can stamp them on patterned paper, you can stamp them on cardstock, you can stamp them like this and color them in. Like, I just think that they're a really, really versatile letter. And you could color them in with so many different things, right? So here I did that ombre effect. You could watercolor them. You could color them in with pencils. You could color them with Stampin' Write markers. Like, there's so many different things that you could do with them. I've done them, I've used them and then did like a technique, oh, what is that technique called? Where you add different patterns inside. Oh, the name is escaping me right now. It'll come back to me. You do little doodly things inside. Zentangling. So you can stamp those letters and then zentangle them, so decorate them inside with different patterns. That's kind of fun as well. So they really are very versatile. Okay, so I'm just putting dimensionals on either side of the greeting so that it fits nicely over top. Oh, let's center it here. And then we will add these little enamel dots. I'm going to do it on there. Yeah, I did it on there. Decide where I want this guy. Yeah, let's do it here. Okay, there's that one. And then this guy just needs these little bit of adhesive on these and tucked underneath. And then I think everything is stuck down. This alphabet set, Beth, is called the lined alphabet set. We've had it for a couple years now. It does have dies that coordinate with it, but like I said, they do kind of a fancy little thing. It doesn't just cut out the letter. You're welcome. Okay, so now we've got the banner done. Now we need to figure out, let me just clear a space here. I got so much stuff. Okay, so if I were to take this, I'm just gonna try a couple of these and see how well they sit. I did this and then this. If they're sitting against something, probably be okay. But I don't, no, I don't like it. Okay, so now what I could do is I don't like the red. Let me grab my white ribbon here. Okay, if I did that, and then got a little drawer with some tiny little clothespins. So this would give me the flexibility of making it as long as I want, and being able to just kind of clip it on like that. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And that way I can reuse the white ribbon and I can just take these off. Just like that. I know I'm definitely gonna need it longer than this. Okay, let's take this off for a minute. But yeah, I do like the freedom that the clips offer. So I'm gonna cut, actually, I'm not going to cut it until I hang it, but I will clip them on so that you guys can see. Let's leave a little bit more space here. I really like how subtle the hearts are, the Coastal Cabana hearts are in the background of that piece. I should do the ones with the word on it, maybe just a bit closer. Yes, I do have those. The little library clips. Yeah, that's another option. You could definitely use those as well. Yeah, there's so many options. This guy needs to move over a little bit. Okay, and then how much space do I have there? I have a fair bit. Okay, so I know you guys can't see the whole thing. I'll bring it back into the camera here in just a minute. Move this one a little bit closer. Okay. Set that aside. All right, so we are done. So here's what it looks like. You guys see the whole thing? Let me move it over a bit. I pushed my mess off further, but then it would fall on the floor, so. There we go. I think it looks good. I'm so happy with the way it turned out. I love it. Thanks, Marilyn. So you have to go back and watch. We used, just to give you a little recap, I used the die, the tag die from the Bonanza dies to create the bases, and then just created this little loved themed little banner. And I'm gonna post a picture of where I'm gonna hang it afterwards. I think the white ribbon is definitely, I think the red, it just would have been too heavy at the top. I don't mind it here as a little accent, but it just would have been too much at the top. So the white, I think it doesn't pull away from what you really want the focal point to be. So yeah, I love it. So I hope you guys have a crafty weekend. Thanks so much for watching. If there's anything that you want to order, feel free to visit my website and use host code, this host code for this month, and I'll send you a little gift in the mail. And Kathy, that is why I bought the stamp set, was for that arrow. It's crazy the reasons I buy stamp sets. I love arrows. I wish they would come out with a stamp set that was all just different kinds of arrows. Some chunky arrows, some little arrows, some big arrows. I love arrows. So that and this heart are the reason I bought this stamp set. I mean, the Love You Lots is really cute too. And I mean, I could always use a Valentine's Day, a happy Valentine's Day, but the arrow was the reason I bought the stamp set. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you next Friday. Take care, guys.